Television series and series from different platforms have managed to attract millions of fans among the public who have followed a story in each of them. Currently, streaming platforms and television networks do not skimp on expenses when producing a series. In this video, I present to you the most expensive series so far. The Big Bang Theory. This series created by Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady that presents us with a group of scientists with difficulties in social relationships, and that makes references to authentic physical principles and theories, had a total of 279 episodes in 12 seasons. It has been one of the most expensive since each episode of the last 2 seasons cost $10 million. This series on medical themes created by Michael Crichton was one of the series that revolutionized television and to date is the most nominated series in history with 124 Emmy nominations. With 15 seasons and 331 episodes, it had a cost per episode of $13 million between the 4th and 9th seasons. The Crown. This series created by Peter Morgan is one of the most praised and highly prestigious on Netflix, as it shows the scandals and secrets of the British royal family. In addition to having one of the best production designs, with 6 seasons it cost $13 million per chapter. The Morning Show. This drama series that shows us a story about an outstanding news program on television that fires one of the star hosts in the middle of a scandal, is one of the most outstanding of its genre on Apple TV+. In addition to having great celebrities, has a cost of $15 million per episode, although much of the cost of the series is for the salaries of the protagonists and not so much for the production. Game of Thrones. This successful drama and fantasy series broadcast by HBO based on the best-selling novels, A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin, involved 4 filming units in parallel and the simultaneous participation of 14 visual effects studios in different countries, with 8 seasons and with 73 episodes broadcast. This series cost $15 million for each episode in the final season. The Mandalorian. This series created by Jon Favreau that is located in the Star Wars universe, which follows a loner who goes through the chaos of the galaxy with someone in his care, has so far 3 seasons and a large amount of merchandise that has managed to sell. This series has a cost of $15 million per episode. C. Created by Stephen Knight and starring Jason Momoa, this drama series focuses on a future where the human species has lost the sense of sight, and humanity has had to find new ways to develop socially, until all of this is challenged, when a pair of twins are born with the ability to see. This series produced by Apple TV Plus costs $15 million. The Get Down. This Netflix original series set in the 70s tells the story of a group of talented teenagers from the Bronx who pursue their dreams by creating a new musical rhythm. The series was cancelled after its first season, in which it had been assigned a budget of $120 million for the first part. By the end of the season 11 episodes were broadcast, which had an average cost of $16 million each. One Piece. The adaptation of the popular manga written by Eiichiro Oda, which had a 7-year production, which mainly involved auditions, meetings and modifications, quickly became the most watched series on Netflix, managing to be seen in 84 countries in the first days of its premiere, which had a budget of $18 million per episode, and that the public is waiting for the second season. The Pacific. This fictional war miniseries produced by Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks, is set in the Second World War and is based on the memories of 2 Marines who narrate the story of the battles against the Empire of Japan, as it was called at the time. This miniseries is considered the successor to Band of Brothers, and cost $20 million per episode. House of the Dragon. This Game of Thrones prequel, also based on the works of George R.R. Martin, who also participated in the script, focuses on the history of the Targaryens, 200 years before the events in Game of Thrones, where he tells the origin of the end of the Targaryen house and the Dance of the Dragons. With only 1 season broadcast to date, this series has a production cost of $20 million per episode. Marvel Series. If anyone knows how to manage budgets in superhero series, it is undoubtedly Marvel, since it continues to take advantage of the universe it created over the years, for which in the filming of the series Loki, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Hawkeye and Moon Knight were assigned a budget of $25 million for each episode of each series. Stranger Things. The Duffer Brothers series set in the 80s and developed in the fictional town of Hawkins, where strange events are uncovered in the area derived from experiments, has been increasing its production budget since the broadcast of its first season, costing $30 million per episode for the 4th season that manages to retain the platform's audience and awaits the final season. Citadel. This action and science fiction suspense series created by David Well together with the Russo brothers, which is about a spy agency in charge of ensuring security and that after its fall, the agents that are part of it end up fleeing in a global event expansive. This series has a cost of $34 million per episode. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. This television series, inspired by the works of J.R.R. Tolkien, set thousands of years before the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, covers the events of the Forging of the Rings, the rise of the Dark Lord Sauron, the history of the island kingdom of Numenor, and the last alliance between elves and men. For this series, Amazon bought the rights in addition to filming in New Zealand, where Peter Jackson's trilogy was filmed, which gives an average cost per episode of $58 million. However, the platform plans to reduce the budget for future seasons that will be filmed in the United Kingdom. Did you have an idea how much these series cost? Comment if you have seen any of them or which one is your favorite. If you liked the video, like and share it, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to be aware of new videos.